My name is Shannon. I'm 35 years old, and a year ago, my husband rolled a suitcase into our kitchen and calmly told me he was spending the night at another woman's hotel room to see whether their spark was still alive. I told him, "Follow your heart." By 10 the next morning, divorce papers were delivered to that hotel. Ethan and I had been together for 10 years, married for 8. I thought we were solid, not perfect, real. We met at a friend's barbecue when I was 25. He was vibrant, ambitious, funny enough to make bad karaoke entertaining. I was the steadier one. When Ethan received a PR job offer 2 states away early in our marriage, I left a stable marketing position and took a lower-paying remote job so he could chase it. I cooked, cleaned, handled most of the household, walked Baxter, our rescue dog. When Ethan came home exhausted, I listened. Years later, I turned down another promotion because it required relocating again, just when Ethan's career was finally taking off. I never thought of those things as sacrifices. That was marriage. At least, I thought so. Then about 2 years ago, Ethan changed. Phone at dinner, late nights, sudden nostalgia about college, and one name kept surfacing. Marissa, his college girlfriend. The one who got away. At first, I wasn't worried. Past relationships are past relationships. Then last spring, Ethan started coming home smelling faintly of perfume that wasn't mine. When I asked, he rolled his eyes. "Shannon, stop making everything suspicious." His social media changed too. Selfies at bars, captions about living authentically. Then one night, I found him sitting in the bathroom staring at his phone with tears in his eyes. What happened? Nothing. I sat beside him. You sure? Just nostalgic. I actually hugged him. That memory embarrasses me now. Not because caring was stupid, because I was comforting my husband while he mourned another woman. Then Marissa came to town. Ethan's face lit up when her message arrived during dinner. "She's here for work," he said casually. "Staying downtown." "Okay. We might grab drinks." My stomach tightened. Still, I refused to become the jealous wife. "Tell her I said hi." Over the next week, he became inseparable from his phone. Calls taken in other rooms, a new shirt, new cologne, more effort getting ready to see Marissa than he had made for our date nights in months. When I questioned it, he snapped, "Stop smothering me." Then came Friday. I had made pasta with extra garlic because Ethan loved it. I opened a bottle of wine. Baxter slept on the couch. For one stupid moment, I thought maybe we were finally reconnecting. Then Ethan entered the kitchen. New shirt, perfect hair, suitcase rolling behind him. He sat across from me. "Shannon, Marissa is my soulmate from college." I slowly put down my fork. "She's what?" The timing was wrong back then. He folded his arms. "She's staying at a hotel downtown. I'm going there tonight." I stared at the suitcase. "For drinks?" "For the night." Silence. I need to know if the spark is still there. I honestly thought I had misunderstood him. "You're asking your wife for permission to sleep with your ex-girlfriend?" Don't make it sound disgusting. He actually looked offended. "I'm being honest. This is about growth." Growth. Our marriage has gotten stale. You're predictable. He gestured around the kitchen. Remote work, dinner, dog walks. Everything is always the same. The life I had built around supporting him had somehow become evidence against me. What happens if the spark isn't there? He shrugged. I come home. We move past it. That was the moment everything became clear. I wasn't his wife in that plan. I was insurance. Ethan studied me. "You've always said you want me to be happy." I stood. "Follow your heart." His confidence faltered. "That's it? You're not going to stop me?" "No." I clipped Baxter's leash on. "Safe travels." Ethan grabbed the suitcase. The door shut behind him. I walked Baxter around the block, then came home, poured the untouched pasta into the trash, and called my brother. "He's doing what?" "Staying at a hotel with Marissa." "What are you going to do?" I looked at our wedding photo on the shelf. End it. By 2 in the morning, I had emailed a lawyer friend. At 10 the next morning, Ethan opened his hotel room door expecting breakfast. Instead, a process server handed him divorce papers. He wanted to test whether the spark with Marissa was real. I decided he could test it without a wife waiting at home. The process server called me at 10:07 the next morning. Delivered. That was all he said. I was sitting at my brother's kitchen table with Baxter asleep under my chair. For a second, I imagined Ethan opening the hotel room door. Maybe Marissa was behind him. Maybe he was still wearing yesterday's clothes. Maybe he thought someone had brought room service. Instead, he got an envelope ending 8 years of marriage. I didn't feel triumphant, just certain. Within 20 minutes, my phone started lighting up. Ethan. Again. Again. Then messages. What the hell is this? You served me at the hotel? Shannon, this is insane. We need to talk. Interesting. The man who wanted to spend the night testing chemistry with his ex suddenly believed communication was sacred. I didn't answer. I spent that day separating my life from his. Joint credit cards were frozen, automatic payments reviewed, important documents copied, passwords changed. I didn't drain accounts or hide money. I wanted clean boundaries, not revenge. That afternoon, Ethan left a voicemail. His voice was furious. You could have at least waited until I got home. Home. That word almost made me laugh. He continued. Marissa and I were just trying to understand what we felt. You didn't have to blow up our entire marriage overnight. I deleted it. He had spent months making choices. I had simply responded faster than he expected. Over the next few weeks, I moved forward. I accepted the promotion I had once turned down because it required more time at our satellite office. This time, nobody's career came before mine. I found a smaller place closer to work. Baxter came with me. The first few nights were rough. The silence was brutal. I would wake around 2 in the morning and instinctively reach toward the other side of the bed. Nothing. Then the memories would come. Wedding vows. Anniversary trips. Dinner waiting for Ethan after long days. Every sacrifice I had, once called love. I wondered whether I had really become boring. Maybe I had been too predictable. Maybe I should have traveled more, taken more risks. Then one morning, while tying my running shoes for the first time in years, I caught myself. No, I had been loyal. Those weren't the same thing. So I started running again. 3 miles became 5. Weekends became hikes with friends I had barely seen since the move. I took Baxter everywhere. I even started considering travel that had nothing to do with Ethan's schedule. And while I was rebuilding, his fantasy started collapsing. About a month after the hotel incident, my friend Lisa called. I wasn't going to tell you this. That means you definitely are. She sighed. Marissa's married. I stopped walking. What? With a kid. Apparently, the globe-trotting soulmate Ethan had romanticized was actually a mid-level sales executive who used business trips as opportunities for affairs. Marissa's husband had found hotel receipts, then messages, then everything. When confronted, Marissa protected herself. She told her husband Ethan had pursued her, called him an obsessive ex, claimed he had misunderstood their conversations. Ethan became disposable overnight, the same way he had treated me. But things got worse. His job performance had already started slipping. Late arrivals, missed meetings, constant personal calls. Then somebody at work found out about the affair. The story spread. The polished PR professional who talked constantly about integrity was suddenly the office scandal. His company demoted him. Ethan quit in anger. Marissa blocked him. Mutual friends stopped inviting him around after they learned the truth. Even some people who initially believed his version began contacting me. I'm sorry. I didn't know. He made it sound like you two had already separated. I didn't respond much. I wasn't interested in collecting sympathy. Then I heard Ethan was staying with his sister. Jobless. Broke. Trying to pick up freelance work. The adventure he thought would save him had lasted barely a month. I felt no joy hearing that. only clarity. He hadn't been trapped by our marriage. He had been protected by it. 2 months after the divorce papers were served, Ethan sent his first direct message from a new number. Shannon, can we talk? I think I made the biggest mistake of my life. I read it once, deleted it. Then another arrived the next day. Marissa wasn't who I thought she was. I see now what we had. Please answer me. I blocked the number. But Ethan still hadn't understood the most important part. I wasn't waiting for him to realize he had chosen wrong. I was already building a life where his choice didn't matter anymore. And when he finally showed up at my new apartment asking me to take him back, he was going to find out just how permanent that change had become. Ethan's messages started 2 months after the divorce papers were served. At first, they were almost cautious. Shannon, can we talk? Then, I know I messed up. Then the one that told me exactly why he was back. Marissa wasn't who I thought she was. I stared at that sentence for a while. Not, I hurt you. Not, I destroyed our marriage. Marissa wasn't who he thought she was. His regret still revolved around what happened to him. I deleted the message. The next morning, I had 3 voicemails. In the first, Ethan sounded exhausted. Shannon, please. Marissa lied about everything. She told me her marriage was basically over. Then when her husband found out, she made me look like some obsessed ex who chased her. The second was softer. I miss Baxter. That almost got me. Almost. The third was where the truth started leaking through. I realize now how good our life was. You were always there. You made everything stable. Stable. The same thing he had called stale. I blocked the number. Then his sister Emily called from one I didn't recognize. Shannon, this has gone far enough. I leaned against my kitchen counter. What has? Ethan is falling apart. That sounds like something Ethan needs to deal with. He made one mistake. I actually laughed. He packed a suitcase and went to another woman's hotel. He was confused. He was very clear. Emily sighed dramatically. You know what I mean. He's sorry now. A real woman would at least hear her husband out. Ex-husband soon. That attitude is exactly why he felt trapped. There it was. Even now, somehow, I was responsible. Goodbye, Emily. I hung up. Blocked her too. A week later, Ethan appeared at my new apartment. I was making dinner when Baxter started barking toward the door. Then came the knock. I checked the peephole. Ethan. Messy hair, red eyes, a cardboard box in his arms. I opened the door but stayed in the doorway. What are you doing here? I brought some of your things. I don't need them. Can I come in? No. His face tightened. Shannon, please. I folded my arms. Say what you came to say. He set the box down. Marissa was a disaster. I said nothing. She was controlling, jealous. She lied about being separated. Still nothing. I lost my job because of all the stress. That explained more than he realized. I'm staying with Emily right now. Freelance work isn't enough. Everything fell apart. And? His eyes filled. And I realize now what I had. There it was. Not who. What? You were always there for me, he continued. Stable. Loyal. You made life work. I almost felt sorry for him. Then I remembered the suitcase. The smug way he told me he owed it to himself to test the spark. You said stability was the problem. I was wrong. You said I was predictable. I was stupid. You said Marissa was your soulmate. His face crumpled. She wasn't. I looked at him for a long moment. You followed your heart, Ethan. Don't do that. Do what? Throw my words back at me. Why? They were important enough to end our marriage over. He stepped closer. I'm willing to go to counseling. Whatever you want. We can fix this. No. His expression changed immediately. Shannon. No. After 10 years, that's all you have to say? You made your choice before you ever rolled that suitcase into our kitchen. Tears spilled down his face. I still love you. That doesn't matter anymore. He reached for my arm. I stepped back. His sadness hardened into anger. You're seriously going to throw us away over one mistake? One mistake? I stared at him. You emotionally checked out for months. Lied. Planned a hotel stay with another woman. Told me you'd come back if she wasn't better. His jaw tightened. That's not what I meant. That's exactly what you meant. Then he said the line that finished whatever sympathy I had left. You're being cruel. I smiled faintly. No, Ethan. Cruel was expecting your wife to wait at home while you auditioned her replacement. I picked up the box, set it outside beside him. Don't come here again. I closed the door. He knocked, then pounded, then shouted that I would regret being alone. Baxter growled beside me. Eventually, Ethan left. The emails continued. Then his mother called. Then another mutual friend who apologized halfway through after I explained what had actually happened. I blocked every route. By then, the divorce was moving forward cleanly. And 6 months after Ethan followed his heart into a hotel room, I was invited to a mutual friend's wedding. I knew he might be there. For the first time, that didn't scare me. Because by then, I wasn't the woman waiting for him to choose me anymore. I had already chosen myself. 6 months after Ethan rolled a suitcase out of our apartment to follow his heart, I received an invitation to our mutual friend Lisa's wedding. My first instinct was to decline. I knew Ethan might be there. But then I caught myself. Why was I still rearranging my life around choices he had made? So I went. By then, I barely recognized the woman I had been the night he left. The promotion I once turned down had become mine. I was running again, traveling, taking Baxter on hikes, and I had started dating someone. His name was Noah. Nothing serious yet. He was calm, thoughtful, and refreshingly direct. If he wanted to see me, he said so. If something bothered him, he talked about it. No cryptic posts. No soulmates waiting in hotel rooms. Lisa's wedding was held in a garden outside the city. String lights, long tables, music drifting through the trees. I was talking with old friends when I saw Ethan across the lawn. He looked thinner, tired, alone. Our eyes met. For several seconds, neither of us moved. Then he walked straight toward me. Shannon. Ethan. His gaze traveled over me. You look good. Thanks. He swallowed. I heard about the promotion. News travels. He gave a weak laugh. Can we talk privately? No. His face tightened. Here's fine. People nearby were pretending not to listen. Ethan lowered his voice. I've been in therapy. That's good. I know what I did was wrong. I waited. Marissa was a fantasy. There it was. She lied to me. Her marriage wasn't over. When her husband found out, she threw me under the bus. You've told me. But I finally understand what I lost. He looked directly at me. You were my real soulmate. The phrase almost made me laugh. 6 months earlier, Marissa had held that title. Now it was apparently transferable. You said you needed to know if the spark with her was real. I was an idiot. You stayed at her hotel while we were married. I know. You said our life was stale. I was wrong. I nodded. Yes. He looked surprised. That's it? What else do you want? A chance. No. His eyes filled. Shannon, I'm trying to apologize. And I'm accepting that you're sorry. Then why can't we try again? Because an apology doesn't rewind time. He glanced toward the other guests. I've changed. Maybe you have. Then let me prove it. I shook my head. You can prove it in your next relationship. That hurt him. I could see it. Then his attention shifted behind me. Noah had just arrived. Dark jacket. Easy smile. He lifted a hand when he saw me. Ethan noticed. So that's him. I didn't answer. He scoffed. He looks safe. I turned back slowly. What? Come on, he looks predictable. And suddenly, there it was again. The same contempt. The same belief that stability was somehow lesser. I smiled. Stable never meant stale, Ethan. His expression changed. It means reliable, honest, real. Noah was getting closer. Ethan's jaw tightened. So you replaced me? No. I looked him directly in the eyes. You replaced yourself. Silence. You wanted adventure. You wanted risk. You wanted to follow your heart. His face reddened. I get it. No, I don't think you do. I kept my voice calm. The biggest risk I ever took was walking away from you. He stared at me. And it paid off. Noah reached us. Everything okay? Perfectly. I slipped my hand into his. Ethan looked between us, then back at me. After 8 years, I'm really irrelevant to you? I thought about that. The apartment, the hotel, the divorce papers, his return when Marissa abandoned him. Yes. Not cruelly. Just honestly. You're part of my past. His face crumpled. I felt no satisfaction. That surprised me. A year earlier, I would have wanted him to regret everything. Now his regret had no value to me. Take care of yourself, Ethan. I turned away. He didn't follow. A year after everything began, the divorce was complete. I kept Baxter. The apartment was sold and divided fairly. I ran marathons, traveled when I wanted. Noah and I kept things slow, honest, steady. Ethan eventually became nothing more than somebody I used to love. I don't hate him. I don't wish him failure. That would still give him too much space. He wanted to test whether another woman could give him something I couldn't. He got his answer. And so did I. I learned that loyalty isn't boring, peace isn't weakness, and walking away from someone who treats you like a backup plan isn't losing. Sometimes it's the first real decision you make for yourself. Ethan followed his heart. I followed mine too. Mine just led away from him.